Oh.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Roger.
Hi, Roger.
This is another Moxie question. Okay, it has 3 parts to it. Number 1, what Borderlands character would you have liked to play if you had your druthers? That's number 1. Boy. Number 2, when they selected you to do Moxie, did Gearbox just give you the backstory and they said, here's the character, this is how we want you to do her? Or did they say, here's the backstory, here's what she does, but how would you want to do her? What do you think she should do? Or is it a combination of the 2? And number 3, have we seen the last of Moxie, or is she going to be in Borderlands the pre-sequel?
Well, 3, I can't answer.
Okay. Never heard to ask.
1 and 2. The first one was, who would have liked to play? I would have loved to have played Tiny Tina, but Ashley Birch was so perfect for that role. I mean, her brother wrote the game, so not that that's why she got it. Like, just so you know, it was a blind audition. No one knew that it was her auditioning for it. Like, he was just like, I'm gonna audition for this, and so it totally was not nepotism at all. She's actually just that talented. But she was so funny in it. But yeah, that character is hilarious. I know. Yeah, the character is so funny. That would have been fun.
Do you have a little sample how you would do Tiny Tina if you were?
No, because I think that's rude. No. I don't like unless it's like hilariously a bad rendition of it. I don't like doing other people's voices because I feel like I'm stepping on their territory. The second question, will you phrase it one more time?
Was when Gearbox selected you to do Moxie, did they basically give you her backstory and her role in the game and said, okay, this is what she does, this is what she is, this is how we want you to do it? Or did they give you a lot more freedom to develop the character? And they said, okay, here's the basic character you're going to be doing, but you have any ideas how we should do it?
That, the second one, as far as like the free reign of like, tell us how you would do it, that's the audition. So whenever I had the audition, all it was just a picture of her. They weren't in the audition with me. I just like do it in a booth alone and then send it without any direction. So they just had the picture of the character description, and some lines as her. And so that's all I had to go off of. So basically that was them saying, like, give us what you got. Like, how would you do this role? And then apparently that's what they wanted. And so when I came in, it was just like, yeah, what you did in the audition, do that.
Well, what influenced you to take that direction?
Well, the way she was described in the character description was, what's her name? In Moulin Rouge, the lead girl in Moulin Rouge. Nicole Kidman. They wanted it to be like her character in Moulin Rouge, and like that was all that's kind of just what I went off of. And so whenever I did the audition, I hadn't seen Moulin Rouge in a long time, and if I was a better actor, I would have went back and actually watched it again. But I was just going off with my memory of kind of what she was like, and I think they said like that. They may have said that, but just a little bit sexier or something. And so it was just my interpretation of that.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Way back. Hi, my name is Colby.
Colby or Kobe?
Colby, like the cheese.
Colby. Nice. There's a lot of cheese names here. I'm a big fan of cheese.
Well, it's another Moxie question. I was wondering, what's it like to work with Ashley Birch with how crazy she is?
Well, we don't work together. Whenever we record, we're in the booth alone. It's just us and with Borderline sessions, it's always us, the writer, so Anthony, the voice director, which was Eric Vale for a lot of it, and sometimes a Gearbox producer, and then the engineer. So I actually, you know what's funny about Ashley? I went like a year without meeting her, and I had everybody that knew, like everyone around me knew her, and all of them were just like, you guys need to be best friends. Like this is ridiculous. You're like the same people, you need to be friends. You guys would love each other. And I was told that for like a year, and then finally I met her at a party at Chris Sabat's house, and I was just like, hey, apparently we're supposed to be best friends. And she was like, that's what I heard. And She was like, that's what everyone's telling me. And sure enough, we totally hit it off. I was actually staying in LA for a long time for pilot season. We hung out a lot when we were there. But she's so rad. She's awesome. I never got to work with her, but she's super cool.
Thanks.
Hello, I'm
Hi.
Caitlin.
Caitlin?
Yeah.
Hi, Caitlin.
Who is your favorite character to voice act as, and who is your least favorite character to voice act as?
Ooh, what a scandalous question. Most favorite and least favorite. Well, as I said, I'm not very good at choosing the favorites, but I'll list all of them again. Natsuki and Tamara's Maho and Bex, Dale, Black Butler, Holo and Spice and Wolf, Tamaman, Sergeant Frog. I also really like Chivitalia and did I say Holo and Spice and Wolf? I'm trying to see who's cosplaying right now. Oh yeah! I like Hideyoshi, I like Miharu, I like Yuno, I like a bunch of them. My least favorite, I'm trying to think. I don't like the screamy stuff anymore. Like I used when I was younger, if I had like a really screaming role or whatever, I was like, yeah, I can do it, let me scream to show you how awesome I am at it, and do these fight reacts. And now, every time I audition for a character, I'm like, do they scream a lot? I don't do that anymore. But there was a character that I loved playing her, but I will never play a character like that ever again. Priscilla in Claymore, totally, she's so badass, she's so cool, but the voice, whenever she monsters out and accesses her Yoki power, it's painful. Like by the end of the session, my voice was like an octave lower. So I don't like doing those characters anymore. I'm a singer, I gotta protect that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cosmo.
Cosmo?
Yes,
Like the drink?
sure. My question is, it's about Holo and Spice and Wolf. Just like, what were the things that you really enjoyed about voice acting Holo, and what were some of the things that were more challenges, things that you didn't really like so much?
Oh, I can honestly say there's nothing about voicing Holo that I did not like. I loved everything about it. I loved it when she would get philosophical, and like there's one scene in the first season where she's talking about religion that I loved, and I also just loved working with Tatum. I feel like we work really well together. We've directed each other a lot, so whenever you're in the booth, you're alone in the booth, and oftentimes you'll be the first to record, so you don't hear what the other person sounds like, and you don't have anyone to play off of. But if it's someone that you know really well, and you kind of know the idiosyncrasies of their voice, it makes it a lot easier to get into character, to really get into the scene, because you can kind of predict what they're going to sound like. And I feel like Tatum is definitely that for me. He's my ideal to be paired against. So yeah, and I remember he started working on it before I did, and so I wasn't super familiar with how mean Holo is to Lawrence, and so Tatum worked on it first, and I was like, hey, how'd it go? I just ran into him at this video. I was like, how was it? And he was like, oh, it's so good. And he was like, yeah, you're really gonna love Holo. She's a lot like you. I was like, cool. And then, get into it, and I'm like totally berating him for the scene, and I'm like, I wonder if this is what I was talking about. But yeah, it's fun. I love it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Step up.
I'm Brendan.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi. You voiced a lot of my favorite cute anime girls, including Natsuki. But one of them is Rei Ayanami, who is very stoic. She's not very emotional. She was raised as a weapon. And my question is, what are the challenges of playing a character that's very monotone? I mean, how do you like that compared to more emotional characters?
Well, as far as compared to more emotional characters, I like being able to play a range. I'm definitely the kind of actor that I get really bored if I'm doing just one type of character for a long time. So I like being able to go from playing Rei to playing Tamama to playing like having that range. But I would say something that is that could be challenging as far as the monotone characters, and I think it might be because I've played a lot of them, and I think the reason that they're kind of my strength is that I never see them as emotionless. I feel like people have a tendency to call them emotionless, and I don't think that's true at all. I think that they just don't know how to express their emotion as well as most people. I think that if anything, they have more going on because they can't let it out. And so to me, I feel like it's just this cauldron inside of them that's just like bubbling and never comes to the surface because it's just not allowed to because they don't know how to let it out. And so I feel like it's important to let that come through somehow, even with a flatter read. You know what I mean? But that's why I like playing them so much. That's kind of where I got my start. Like a lot of the first roles that I got were very monotone like that.